Watch this. This is cool. This is where you started. Those guys look different.
Yeah.
That's night and day.
Yeah.
You want to know why you used to hit a slice? Because of that. If you can do this, if you can spin that bag with a closed face, which you just showed me, you'll never hit a slice again. When you take the club up to the top, again, you do some good things here, but all of a sudden, we start seeing this club get what we call narrow and open.
Okay.
So when a club gets narrow and open, and we really see it in transition, where we see the hands get pulled down, the club pitches out and over, and now all of a sudden we see this club face just sitting wide open, right?
Okay.
And so the problem with that is you're athletic enough to go, how am I going to get this club that's kind of vertical with an open face back to the ball? Well, you're going to do what most people do. And you're going to start trying to spin around and almost back up in the process.
Yes.
And when you do that, you can even see, I mean, golly, this club face, that thing is wide, wide, wide. I mean, that's not far from the ball. And it's pointing pretty far right.
Sure.
So what are you going to do? You're going to start trying to pull across it to try to find it.
Absolutely.
So, again, the reason you struggle with contact is because, in a very simple form, you don't get that far forward. So you just start spinning around, you're not that far forward, so you're going to hit the ground too early.
Got it.
But you spin around that because the shaft's out, the face is open, and you go, well, what else am I supposed to do?
Sure.
So that's what we're going to equip you with, is understand how to get a face stronger, more organized, more closed, whatever word we want to use, and we're going to teach you how to swing out to the right.
Okay.
Because if you can do those two things, then you're probably not going to be a 20 handicap for long.
Okay.
This drill, though very, very simple, is like literally the basis of how to hit draw versus slice. So let me see your club, okay? Stand back a little bit. So if we can get this bag to spin to the right, that's a draw. If the bag spins to the left, that's a fade. That's amazing. So, get the club up. Now, what we said was, what if you had one task? How do we get this bag to spin that way with a closed face? That was the only task you had. Old you, the club would come over and open. I didn't tell you how to do this. This was all you. This is why it's so cool.
Okay, drop the hands way more.
Well, I don't know. Don't you think those two shafts look like they're in completely different places?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Right?
Completely.
We call that shallow.
Yeah,
Okay?
shallowing the club. Yeah.
Shallowing the club, laying the club down, coming from the inside, whatever phrase people like to use. But what's more impressive is you did that while also
Club face close.
trying to close the club face. If you can do this, if you can spin that bag with a closed face, which you just showed me, you'll never hit a slice again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go hit a golf ball with a closed face that spins the bag.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do just from a visual standpoint, go ahead and get set up, is I'm going to put this bag right there.
Okay.
So you can envision going over the bag, spinning the bag. So, I mean, you have to swing out to the right to make that happen. Okay. So, can you, quote unquote, spin the bag with a closed face? Ooh, what'd you do?
Hold left.
Well, you hit the bag.
Hit the bag, sure.
You hit the bag, right?
So I need to get away from it.
Correct. Overdo it. Okay, so if I see that ball right there, a straight push, you have to close the face. Now, here's the thing. As someone who is newer to the game, I think it's hard for you to close the face too early. This is one of my favorite drills. So the way this drill works is, could you get the club face onto the top of the dice? So what would it look like if you took it to the top, and again, you had a pretty good backswing, put the club face onto the dice, take it off a little bit from the inside, right, because we're overdoing it today, and then try to spin the bag. So take it up to the top, and again, that part you did pretty well, right? Good job. Down to the dice. Good. Now, What we're gonna do for the drill is come a little inside, and I want you to spin the bag to the right. That's amazing. How about that?
Yeah.
Little soft draw.
Yeah.
Do it again. That was great. All right, take it to the top. Down. Good. Off and go. Now watch this. There's the dice. Now watch this. This is the cool part. I'm gonna let you kind of get up. Look at that.
Yeah. Looks way better.
I mean, is it too much from the inside? Probably. Like I said, but
Right.
let's deal with that
Do
problem.
the extreme and then.
Yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
Club
much
face.
more close.
Yeah. Let's start hitting the ball that way.
Okay.
Okay. How are we going to spin the bag more, though? We're just not spinning the bag.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little layer to this
Okay.
because we got to get you spinning the bag more. So we call this the tip out noodle. What I want you to do is swing under the noodle over the bag. There it is. Nice job. That's amazing. Nice. This is where you started. Again, good backswing. But this club would get what we call steep.
Oh yeah. Way over the top of the plane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those guys look different.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And you can look at this obviously from a variety of ways, right? I can look at your lower body hasn't spun out as much,
Yeah.
right? I can look at where the shaft is relative to the ball, right? The reason they call it steep is
Way
because
more
it's,
on plane.
yeah, one's pointing more at the ball, halfway down, one's pointing over the ball. Well, that would be shallow, that would be steep, right? If it
Right.
was steeper, it'd be even more inside. I could look at this club face.
Yeah,
One's more closed than the other.
for sure.
I could look at the back of your glove. So if I was using like a perpendicular out of the back of your glove,
Okay.
one's more turned down.
Sure.
But what's cool is if you know how to spin the bag and get the club face to the dice, which you're starting to figure out,
Yeah.
then you can hit a draw. Spin the bag underneath the noodle. Not bad. That's so cool. Great job. Club face to the dice, under the noodle, over the bag. We're spinning that bag way to the right. That's great, Josh.
Yeah.
Nice. Just for the fun of it, how fast can you do it? Cool. Do it again. I know contact wasn't perfect, but ball's not slicing. Nice. So cool. You did some things, mostly downswing, that led to what we call the classic slicer.
Yeah.
And that is, you had a decent backswing, the club would pitch steep and over with an open face, and you did what most people would do. You try to kind of hang back and use your hands, and didn't work real well, right? We said, okay, because you have a good backswing, what have we learned to come from the inside? And to do that, we use this analogy of spinning the bag.
Yeah.
If you can spin the bag to the right, you are capable of hitting draws. But the challenge is when you go to spin the bag, a lot of times people still have the face open. And again, the dice could be a tennis ball, could be anything. It just gives kind of a cool visual on how to get that club face down. And remember, we want this to be a coupled action. When you swing from the inside, the club face is square. Don't separate them. They're together. It's a joint action. If you can learn those two things, I mean, a 20 becomes a 10 pretty quick.